Hi everyone, my name is Mel and this is my first ever podcast. So thank you so much for supporting me, coming down and listening to this podcast. I will be doing these podcasts obviously on the podcast, but I will also be uploading these onto my channel on my YouTube page, so you will be able to listen to those there. So, as I said, welcome. I'm so excited about starting a new podcast. I wanted to help people. I wanted to be there for people. I wanted to give people information on the experiences that I have dealt with and what I can give you to help you move on in your life with all these things that I will be talking about. Today's podcast I am doing is dealing with breakup. So breakup happens in everybody's life. It's part of life, okay? This happens from, whenever you start dating. So you could start dating in high school. Everyone starts meeting people there. Emotions run high. Everyone's going through puberty, obviously, and you start dating people, being in relationships, girlfriend, boyfriend type of thing at high school. So it all starts then. And it all is something that helps you move forwards in the future with relationships. And, even though high school relationships aren't the same as what you have in the future when you get older, the connections, but it's a stepping stone on dealing with breakup, dealing with negative circumstances, how to deal with them, how you deal with them. And it gets better, hopefully, as the future moves on. But, in a normal reality, in a normal world, people, we aren't born perfect, okay? Things happen in our lives. Traumas happen. Things happen in our childhood that you have no control over, that happen to you, that give you a trauma to work on in the future, unfortunately. But what these traumas do, they do make you stronger if you rise above them. So if you've had childhood trauma before dating and stuff, that's obviously going to affect the way you deal with a breakup. Okay, so you could have had childhood trauma, you may not have. Okay, going through breakup in high school and stuff would also be hard for you there if you have dealt with childhood trauma, attachment trauma. I am someone that I did have childhood trauma when I was a kid. Things happened to me. My father passed away when I was 16 years old. So, that affected me. Also, my parents did separate when I was in year 1. So, attachment trauma came early for me, and I'm sure I'm not the only person in this world that has had to deal with these things early on in their life. Okay, a lot of people divorce, a lot of parents divorce. It's more of a common thing these days. People don't stay together just to stay together. People move on because they want to be happy. Okay, so these breakups, even though, you're a child when these things happen, they are the right thing for the parents. And even though it's something that affects you when you're a child, we need to remember and we need to teach the children that this is for your happiness, the parent's happiness. The parent needs to be happy too. Okay, and I think children just don't understand it. Maybe they can't process it at such a young age. I'm not a psychologist. I am just someone giving a podcast and, giving my advice on the things I've dealt with in life. Okay, so let's get into it. This podcast, I'm hoping to be, around half an hour, I'm hoping. But this is my first podcast. I don't know how it goes. I might ramble on a bit, but that's how podcasts go. I don't actually listen to many podcasts, so this is going to be interesting. But I have put notes down, but we're talking about dealing with breakup. Traumas can affect the way you feel with breakups. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the breakup. So what happened? So we're dealing with the breakup has just happened, okay? The breakup has just happened in your life. So what happened? So you could have been the one that ended it, okay? You could have decided, this isn't right for me, I need more. This person may not be treating you right. You may need to break up to move somewhere else. But there's always a reason why we do these things, okay? And it goes for you being the person that is dealing with the circumstances of someone breaking up with you. This person's obviously doing it for a reason. They're breaking up with you for a reason, whether it be you just don't get along anymore, they've found somebody else. Whatever their reason is, they're doing it, okay? And whatever your reason is, you're doing it. And the thing is, though, we don't have control over these other people. As much as you care and love these people so much, and you want to be there for these people so much, and, you know, you may have thought about the future with these people, it's something about attachment, okay? So as much as we love these people and we want these people in our lives forever, we cannot control who they are, okay? These people are not us. We are different to them. And you can't stop them as much as you want to, as much as you're going to want to fight for things. You know, I've been someone that's had attachment trauma in my life, so holding on to people, not wanting to let go of people has been, you know, a trauma that I've needed to work through in my life also. So learning those lessons in life, learning about your worth, who you are, helps you to be a stronger person, to understand what has happened and move on from it. Like, going with the flow of life is what, you know, divine and the way we're supposed to be going. Okay. So as I said, change is always for the better also. So all these things happen for a reason. As much as we try to stop these things happening, this is all happening for a reason. You cannot control other people. We just have to deal with the circumstances, unfortunately, and let them go. Feel those emotions, as much as it does hurt sometimes. You do need to let go and you do need to move on. But it is all part of the journey, and it's all part of your journey. So I'm just trying to read my notes at the same time as the podcast. Just remember, this is my first podcast. So feelings at the time of breakup: sadness, hurt, regret, going back on the situation. What did I do wrong? If you were the one leaving the situation, you're thinking of those same things also. How you're feeling at the moment. Is it a release? Does it feel good? It obviously doesn't feel good for someone that's letting go. You could have tried your hardest with somebody and things just did not work out the way you wanted it to work out, okay? Things keep going the wrong way. People don't learn lessons. You've tried your hardest and it's just not coming together. So knowing that you do need to leave, knowing that you have tried your hardest on this relationship, that you do need to move on, it's still going to hurt, even if you are the one breaking up with the person, okay? And it's going to hurt. For a while, you start going backwards and forwards on, did I do the right thing? I feel alone. Like, even if you were the one that broke up, even if you were the one that was broken up with, you know, you start thinking about this. You're sitting sort of like in a hermit mode after breakup, even if you are someone that is the one that done the breaking up, okay? So you feel these emotions, you think about the situation. Did I do the right thing? Was this for the best? Should I have tried harder? We all go through all this. We all think about all these things. Sometimes we do turn back again and go back and try again. But if the cycle just keeps repeating over and over again, you do know that this is the time that you do need to leave, okay? We all need to remember that we are strong people, and we're strong people with and without others, okay? We are our own individual selves. As much as we have these attachment traumas to people, we do need to remember that we are strong. We are our own person. This person that you care so much about, as I said, you can't control other people. So they might hate you. They might not even like you that much. They might not like you the same amount as you. And you can't control that. And there's nothing you can do about it. As much as you try harder to show them how much you are worthy of their love, you can't control this person. So as much as you hold on to the fact of wanting to be there with this person, you can't control how they feel, okay? So being like holding someone in a relationship that they don't feel the same way as you, problems are going to start. People may cheat, people may move on. Everything happens for a reason. So whatever decision you make, if you do decide to go back, if you do decide to not go back, everything happens for a reason. Even if you do go back and the cycle continues, this is a lesson that you may still need to learn. Okay. So keeping strong with the decision, keeping strong with what decision you have made, or the decision that was made for you, and moving on, following your journey. If someone broke up with you, knowing that, there is obviously something better out there for you. I love to listen or think about the quote like rejection is protection. Rejection is aligning you with the right path, okay? So you may have just had to be with this person for a certain amount of time to learn these lessons. They may not have been going to be in your life forever. Like, divine has a bigger plan for you. And we need to remember to have faith in divine, okay? Have faith in divine, because divine is here to protect us, to be there for us. They just want the best for us, really. Divine and the angels, they want the best for you, okay? So yes, these lessons, these breakups, they are lessons. There's something we need to learn at the time. As I said, this person may have just only needed to be in this part of your life at this moment, for this short period, for you to learn these lessons off, and them you. Everybody's learning lessons off each other. It's hard. Like, I know what it's like. Depends on how long you were in a relationship with somebody. It's going to take a while. Things don't just happen overnight. Giving examples, I've been in relationships where I've wanted to hold on. Okay, I've wanted to hold on. The cycle just keeps turning. I keep holding on because I have this attachment trauma where I feel like I'm not strong with somebody without somebody there. But there is this, it's a mental state for me that I need to remember that I am strong without others. I do not need others to be a strong person. And, I am growing my independence, and I'm growing my self-esteem with myself. There's obviously self-esteem issues with myself, not feeling good enough. And I need to overcome those, and that's what may have been hard for me with breakups in the past, holding on because I feel like I can't do it alone. maybe subconsciously not actually thinking that, but like at the time, you know, there's a lot more other emotion going on, feeling the effects of someone letting go of you, not feeling good enough. But now I see my worth. I see who I am. I love who I am. I am this amazing person. People are drawn to me. There are some people that aren't going to like you. You're not fit for everybody, okay? And we need to remember that. We can't be people pleasers also, because you're not being your authentic self, okay? Not everybody's going to like you for who you are. There is so many people in the world. I see them all over my YouTube channel. You have like positive people and you have negative people, okay? And it's just how the life is. There's, you know, millions of people out there, and obviously everyone's personalities are going to be a lot different. But I've also experienced relationships where I've had to break it off, where I've thought, this is enough. I don't deserve to deal with this. I know my worth. I know that I deserve better. I know that you were just trying to manipulate me and that I deserve to move on. And this is not romantic. You know, this is platonic too. This is friendships. Sometimes there's people in your life that you meet, you know, before your spiritual journey that, like, this is an example for me. People that you've met in your lifetime that have been there, good friends with you for years and years and years and years. Then you go through your spiritual journey and you learn about yourself and you grow and you put these boundaries up and you see these people for who they are. And they may have only been having to be in that part of your life to help move you along in that part and be there for you through the trauma. But I feel like I'm a growing person. I feel like I'm changing. I feel like, you know, you look back at these people and I feel these people also could have been in a trauma. These people may still be affected if they're not changing who they are, because if you let these people go, they're obviously not reaching a potential. You know, they're not reaching that boundary that you have up, that you have now built for yourself, that you deserve because you've been a people pleaser. So I feel like going through spiritual journey, learning about yourself, learning about who you are. I feel reading into your star signs, your zodiac signs, your sun, moon, rising, understanding who you are, getting into astrology. All this helps. It's all a development of yourself. And that's what's going to help with dealing with a breakup, is development of your own self. And I feel like knowing who you are is going to help you move through these situations, these challenges in your life, okay? Because you deserve the very best. You know what you deserve. You shouldn't be dealing with things that are underneath you. People should be meeting you at a level. And importantly, like if you're in a relationship with somebody, if you're trying to commit with somebody and you're trying to have a future with them, they need to meet you at a level. You cannot be with somebody that's not meeting you at a level, because it's just not going to work. This person needs to give to you too. You know, the divine feminine and the divine masculine come together to give to each other. She is the oracle. She is his oracle. So, you know, you work as a team. You come in as equal. You know what your jobs are together, okay? And you work together to build a higher life for you both, okay? And that's what dealing with these breakups from a very young age to the point of finding the one in your life is what it's all coming down to. So all these lessons come for you to meet this or come into union, okay? Come into that union with that divine masculine, divine feminine, your counterpart, okay? Because your counterpart is the person that's going to be treating you equally. that's not going to be not equal. The person that's not going to treat you like crap, look into divine masculine, divine feminine energies, how people should act, how people should be balanced, how you should be balanced, if you're the divine feminine or you're the divine masculine, what you need to work on, how you want to sit. Are you going to sit in the receiver energy? Are you going to be the feminine waiting for someone to come to you, your divine masculine? That makes it the equal. You know what you want, and dealing with these breakups, you know what you deserve also. So whether you are the one that is doing the breakup or you are the one that is dealing with being broken up with, as I said, all these things happen for a reason. Okay, and we need to let go and we need to move on. We need to go with the flow of life. But as I said also, if you do decide to go back, if you do after a week, a day, a week, an hour, decide to think differently and go back, that's okay too. This is your life. This is your challenge that you need to learn from. Okay, no one should judge you for who you are. There's always people around you. Just remember that you do have your friends, you do have your family there. Everybody that cares for you will be there for you and will understand what you're going through. I feel sometimes that these times also are the most loneliest is when you're dealing with a breakup, because a lot of the time some people aren't there for you. Okay, there's a lot of people that are over it. They don't want to deal with you and your drama and your issues and whatever. But then you've got these people that are there for you. So always pay attention to those people that are there for you, those close friends and family that will listen to you, even if you keep repeating yourself. But you do need to let this out. That is part of the healing process. You do need to mourn this. Sometimes a breakup is like mourning a death. I know it's very extravagant to say that, like it's completely different, like a death is different. But like if you're not going to be seeing this person anymore ever, if they live in another town or whatever, it's pretty much like a death. You're not going to see this person anymore. It's like letting go of someone or something that was very close to you. You're going to feel these emotions. You're going to have up and down days. Things are going to sometimes break you. You're going to go back. But that's okay, okay? Everybody has feelings. We all have emotions. We need to feel those emotions and let them go. But remember what you deserve. You are a strong person. You deserve someone meeting you at that level that you're giving them, okay? I did see a comment the other day about something about treating others how you want to be treated. And it's funny because I always used to think that, to treat others how I would love to be treated. And I used to do that all the time. It's like a people-pleasing kind of thing. But now I look at it and it's like, no, you should be treating others how, they act. Okay? You treat others how they act. Okay? As much as you want to treat them how you want to be treated, if they're going to treat you like crap, you don't deserve that. Okay? You don't even need to be there. You can walk away. This is your life. You make the decisions in your life. Okay, so we have been talking for a bit. We're going to go down to the conclusion now. So the conclusion, this is not easy no matter what. No matter if you're the one breaking up or you are the one that is on the receiving end of the breakup. Okay? This is just part of life. As much as it does hurt for the time being, we will find someone else. And when you do find somebody else, sometimes you completely forget about that other person. You're like, who? Who was that again? Jokingly. Of course, you remember who they are. And you're grateful. You're grateful for this person in the past, bad or good, even if it was bad circumstances. You are grateful for the lessons that you've learned, and that brings closure into the situation also. Being grateful for everything you've learned from this person, negative or positive. This is going to help you move forwards with your future relationships that are going to be more positive than the last. So also remembering to not attach. Don't attach yourself to things. Attachment, like, I love Star Wars. Attachment is forbidden in Star Wars. It's like a saying. So, like, attachment, don't be attached as much as you do want to be attached. You know, you're going to be attached to somebody you're married to. You're going to be attached to somebody you love. You're going to be a little bit attached, but just remember that things can change, okay? You don't have control over these other people. These other people have their own minds, have their own thoughts. We just need to understand that when things happen, if things break up, if things end, that this is all just part of life, and we need to let go and we need to release, because there is some type of bigger plan for you that Divine has, and Divine wants you to walk through a new door. Okay, this is also strengthening your boundaries. This is also putting these guards up around you so nobody can do what the last person did. Okay, if you need help, if there's no one to talk to, if you don't have friends or family around for you, there are professionals. So seek help from professionals. There's also hotlines. There's free hotlines that you can talk to people. In Australia, they have, like, I think it's Lifeline. So talk to these free hotlines. They're there to listen to. They're there to give you advice. There's always someone there. Even if you want to talk to the angels are always protecting you. Divine's always protecting you. Meditation brings answers. Just remember, you are not alone, okay? So don't ever think that this is the end of the world, okay? You are a beautiful person. This was just not meant to be. This is just not your person, and there's so much more for you. But I am going to leave it there. Thank you all for listening to my podcast. Hopefully it doesn't sound too crazy. I love doing this podcast. I love chatting. And I love that you're there listening to my podcast. So thank you so much for being here. I am hoping to do a podcast at least once a month, okay? That's going to be the start. So it gives me time to get some ideas across. I would love to hear what you guys would love me to talk about, because I love giving help to as many people as I can. You know, if you want the advice, if you want the help, I want to be there and help you, okay? So I love you so much. Thank you so much for supporting me. You will hear from me again soon on my podcast. Thank you so much for listening to my first podcast. And yes, you will see me on YouTube like I am all the time. I love you so much. And yes, we will talk again soon. Bye-bye.